We're getting it lit. Just waiting for the crew to get together so we can start the flicks, get into conversation. Who knows? Maybe a couple shots. I was trying to get my wrestle on, but I don't know. I'm getting spanked the way the controller is like that. I can't play as good as I normally do. They wrecking the fuck out of me. But what's good, everybody? Hope you enjoying your Friday evening. I wanted to get on live about 3 hours ago, but I had a bunch of runarounds. I had things I had to take care of. They just keep falling in my lap, so I'm running my live a little later than I'd like to. But we're gonna start getting this scheduled. We're gonna start getting this done. We're gonna figure this all out. But of course, I'm always dealing with the unexpected. Ah, Jesus Christ, the unexpected. But hopefully y'all doing better than me. Just trying to get this zone in. I don't know what happened. Where's everybody at? Where are all the people? What the hell?
Welcome back with the Fox News alert. The Trump administration steps up the fight against drug smuggling and narco terrorism.
A mesothelioma diagnosis changes everything. But with Weitz and Luxembourg at your side, you're never alone. For decades, we fought and won for families facing these battles with compassion, experience, and courtroom strength. Let our family help yours through every step ahead. Call 917 Lawyers today. That's 917 Lawyers. Weitz and Luxembourg, standing with you when you need it most.
Why?
Black Friday sale coming soon.
Why?
Set off the website. 6th of November.
They won't let me skip these fucking videos.
Welcome back with the Fox News alert. The Trump administration steps up the fight against drug smuggling and narco terrorism as reports claim President Trump has been briefed on updated military options targeting Venezuela. So this is ratcheting up. And welcome to a brand new hour of America's Newsroom. I'm Dana Perino. Bill Hemmer is off today. Good morning.
It's his birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Bill.
Happy birthday, Bill. Good morning, everybody. I'm Martha McCallum. So the White House is announcing Operation Southern Spear, which targets Latin.
I think she said Martha McCallum, not Walter McCallum, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Buildup to stem the flow of drugs into our homeland, which is obviously a good idea. And he is also putting a lot of pressure on someone who has wobbled before, but has always maintained his leadership in Venezuela.
I will give you the cocaine tunnel, Trump.
With all of this action to lose power.
And as the mighty aircraft carrier USS Ford approaches the waters off Venezuela, Secretary of State Marco Rubio has a warning for the Maduro regime.
This is a counter-drug operation. The president's ordered it in defense of our country. It continues, it's ongoing. It can stop tomorrow if they stop sending drug boats. The Maduro regime is a
He says that if you stop sending your boats, we'll stop blowing them up.
Indicted in the Southern District of the United States for narco-terrorism, but more importantly, they're also a transshipment organization that allows these groups to operate from their national territory. They allow drugs to be shipped. They openly cooperate with the shipping of these drugs towards the United States and Europe, by the way.
Let's bring in Chad Wolf. He's the former acting Secretary of Homeland Security, and he's now director of the America First Policy. Chad,
Drugs are bad.
on sending the USS Ford that way.
What the Trump administration is attempting to do is demonstrate to the elites that are surrounding Maduro that it's not worth keeping this guy in as our leader. As an Army guy, I can tell you full out, the number one symbol of American military superiority is that aircraft carrier that's sitting now off the coast of Venezuela.
Chad, I imagine that you don't send the USS Ford if you're not serious.
Well, I think that's right, and I would agree with the general there. Look, this is about a pressure campaign right now, but what we know is that the Trump administration is going to back that up. It's not just intimidation. It's not just a bluff. I think they are looking, if there's not a change in Venezuela, as far as the narco-terrorist organization that Maduro runs,
My man's is
that
blowing
if
these
there's
shits
not
up.
going to be a change, then the Trump
Movie
administration
style.
will take this to the next level, and they will eliminate that
Mira,
threat,
puñeta,
that
¿qué está
threat
pasando?
that's killing hundreds of thousands of Americans every year.
Boom.
Chad, Martha McCallum here. It's interesting. We saw what President Trump did at the southern
Wow.
border, and it choked off a lot of business for the cartels, both in drug business and in human trafficking as well. So then you see them taking this water route, which they always took, but maybe using it a little bit more now. What do you think they do? You know, what is their next idea to try to get this stuff into the United States, or is this the last avenue?
I don't know that this is the last domino. Look, these are multinational organizations that they're not going to stop. They're going to continue to try to not only smuggle illicit narcotics into the United States, but they're a criminal enterprise, so they're going to continue to do a number of things. Look, I think that to put this in the larger context, though, this is not just about targeting with kinetic action drug boats, there in the Caribbean. The Trump administration, really from day one, has had a coordinated strategy here to deal with this illicit narcotics coming into the country. And so whether that's designating a foreign terrorist organization, all the border security measures, we just saw the FBI Director Patel over in China talking to them about precursors to fentanyl. There's a coordinated strategy here by the Trump team that is the right strategy to try to reduce this threat to Americans. And so this is not probably the last type of action they're going to take. They're also going to look at land routes. They're going to look at a variety of different things to have these drugs continue to pour into the United States.
Chad, do we have any, or have you seen any of the evidence or results yet that there has been a reduction in the amount of drugs coming into the United States or being used here?
Well, I think it's probably a little too soon for that. Some of these strikes, we're a couple of months into this. I think that's something that the Trump team will take a look at. I think, when you look at the value, the street value of these illegal narcotics, if that starts to certainly go up, that means that there's a supply issue that they're dealing with as well. And so it's really important, though, that we put this, again, the Venezuela here.
Mira, hola,
in
drogas,
larger
ay, Dios
context.
mío.
For far too long, a lot of these narco groups have just been criminal enterprises. But what we see in Venezuela, Cuba, and to a lesser extent Mexico, is that there is state sponsorship. They are backed by the political and the ruling class now. And that's something that the Trump team is saying, look, not in the Western Hemisphere, not in our backyard, because that destabilizes trade, it destabilizes economies. It's the security of the United States at stake here. And so that's why it's really important. I know a lot of people are saying, well, why Venezuela? It's in our backyard, and the Trump team understands that, and they realize that, and they're taking that action.
Chad, thanks for being with us
These
today.
motherfuckers are wiping them out here. They ain't playing games.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chad.
I'm Steve Ducey.
Jesus Christ, people.
Click here to subscribe to the
Whoa.
Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
New Yorkers live in the same city, but not all of us breathe the same air, and not all of us get the same heart treatment. In fact, the Bronx is the most dangerous place to have a heart attack. Right now, Donald Trump is stealing healthcare from millions of Americans and trying to increase your...
Excuse the bathroom, people. I'm terrible at shooting videos in the bathroom.
If you
They say you should never really do this.
your local hospital can't treat you. That's not a warning. It's already happening right here in the Bronx.
Some
at
people
Lincoln
will
Hospital.
say,
I am Congressman
I'm
Richard
taking
Torrance,
YouTuber to the
and I'm
toilet.
speaking about this. Lincoln Hospital has the busiest ER in the city, right in the heart of the South Bronx, which has the highest rates of heart disease in New York. And yet Lincoln, our safety net, doesn't even have a cardiac cath lab. A cath lab is where you go when you're experiencing a major heart attack.
Ay, mi estómago. Really? It's mi especho.
In the South Bronx, they're set miles away while your heart is failing. By the time you make it to another hospital, you might not make it at all. But if you live on the Upper East Side, you are in close proximity to New York Presbyterian.
I'm gonna end this live. I'm gonna start those movies. Hopefully we can catch up. Hopefully, all the old heads, that we're gonna bring in some new heads. We continue to grow the cult of Uncle Bobby. One show at a time, people.
Heartfelt plea to both the state and the city to fund a cath lab at Lincoln Hospital.